subscribing to my channel, leaving a little or long comment, and also like the video if you do. And my channel is not monetized, so these videos are made possible by my lively and lovely patrons on patreon.com/whittlerasmr. So if you do want to support me as well and have access to extra and more personal ASMR videos, head on there. And right now, if you want to relax or fall asleep, I suggest that you lay back, relax, maybe even close your eyes, and only listen. The first case that got my attention via an article that I saw is about a missing woman case. This article about her is written on a website called ktvu.com, and it is titled Foul Play Feared in Search for Missing Woman in Santa Cruz County. This was published on November 10, 2025. Santa Cruz, California. Investigators there are searching for a missing 35-year-old woman who they fear may be a victim of foul play. What they know so far is that sheriff's officials said the name of this woman is Danielle Staley, DANIELLESTALEY. And they say that Danielle was last seen on Thursday, shortly before 11:30 p.m. near Rio Del Mar State Beach in Aptos, APTOS. Is anyone from near this area, and have you heard about it? On Sunday, which for me is a couple of days ago, it's Tuesday when I'm recording this. On Sunday, investigators provided an update on their search, and they said that new information indicates she may be at risk and foul play may be involved. In an email, a sheriff's spokesperson told this website news that the missing woman was with an unknown group at the beach where she was last seen. Interesting. Unknown group of people. And the fact that they are unknown even after she's gone missing might show that they are not very nice people. They say that Danielle's personal belongings says that this behavior is very uncharacteristic of her, and they are very, very concerned. The police went to make a request from the public for their surveillance images near the area to help them with finding Danielle. The sheriff's office posted on social media saying, if you live or work near Beach Drive, Rio Del Mar Boulevard, the Esplanade, or any nearby streets or pathways, detectives are seeking to review surveillance footage from the area taken between November 5th and November 7th, 2025. I know this is crazy, but maybe if you are from that area and you haven't heard about this case, and you might have a ring camera or something, make sure to check it. They say that Danielle Staley is described as a woman being blonde, 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing around 120 pounds. So a relatively tall, blonde, thin woman. If you see her on any footage from 5th to 7th of November last week, please make sure to contact authorities. She was last seen wearing a dark hooded sweatshirt and leopard print leggings, so that could be a good sign to find her on the footage, the leopard print leggings. Officials said she's not from this area, but she was last seen there. Anyone with information about the case is urged to contact Santa Cruz Sheriff's investigators at 831-471-1121. And that is the end of this article. I hope to God that she is safe and that she is found and back with her family, and we know more about the case. But unfortunately, especially when police say that foul play might be involved and that her belongings were found but not her, are surely not great signs, and that's awful. But for now, that is all the information, and let's move on to the next case, which when I came upon was really shocking to me. I did not expect that. I didn't expect what I heard about this actress. So have you guys, definitely, you all have heard about the TV show Smallville, which is about Superman, or the world that the producers made up for him to turn him into that TV show, I remember I watched maybe 2 seasons of it in 2016 or 17. And I kinda liked it, but of course it is very goofy. But it was a fun watch for a I saw this article that blew my mind. I chose this one from NBCnews.com. It is titled Smallville actor Allison Mack details role in NXIVM SEX cult in first interview since prison release. So I'm looking at that. I didn't even know she was in prison. And I wouldn't have guessed in a million years what the reason for it was. So let's see. What did she do? She looked like an innocent looking young woman. But let's see what happened. That she ended up in prison, and what is she saying about this cult? You always hear these weird things about these long-running shows, don't you? Like I've heard so many awful things about what happened with the actors of that 70s show. Like almost all of them have some dirt on them, some really bad dirt on them. One of them being in prison right now for R.I.P. The others getting allegations left and right and just very shady behavior. And you almost see it with most of these long-running shows and sitcoms. Really being an actor must be one of the craziest jobs in the world for sure. The world that they get sucked in is crazy. But let's read the article. It says, Allison Mack, the Smallville actor who pleaded guilty to her role in the SEX trafficking case linked to NXIVM, has admitted she used her fame as a power tool in her first public comments since leaving federal prison 2 years ago. Oh, so she's just started talking. In a new 7-part podcast produced by CBS's Uncover, it's called Allison After NXIVM. Allison Mack chronicles her journey from child actor to top lieutenant in NXIVM. Oh my god. If the cult has lieutenant in it, that can be good. A perverted self-help group in upstate New York, led by Keith Rainier, that prosecutors said was a SEX cult pyramid scheme that enslaved and branded women. Oh dear Lord, what in the hell is this? Allison Mack, now 43, was sentenced in July 2021 to 3 years in prison for her role in the group after pleading guilty to several crimes, including extortion and forced labor. What in the world? This woman literally had slaves. She was released early from a federal prison in California in July 2023. And of course, she's now back in her fame, having her podcast made about her and definitely making money. People think it's all, pop culture gossip, and don't realize that this thing goes on behind the scene almost at everywhere that you look. She said, I think that I capitalized on the things I had. Yeah, no shit. And she said, and so the success I had as an actor, I think I did capitalize on that. Yeah. And it was a power tool that I had to get people to do what I wanted. What a disturbing cycle. At Rainier's trial, which was, the one in charge of this cult, at his trial, former NXIVM members described how he established a secret sorority within NXIVM, and it was called DOS, in which women described as slaves were kept on near-starvation diets, branded with his and Mack's initials, and ordered to do things with them and with him. What in the world? And she's out now and having more fame. That's just great. Mack and other leaders. So she wasn't even fell for this. She was a leader too. Mack and other leaders used nude photos and other compromising material as collateral to pressure members into complying. Prosecutors said. That's what the prosecutor said. And in the podcast, Mack admits she was very effective in moving kids' vision forward. That's so disgusting. Why is she released early? She said, I was not kind and I was aggressive and I was abusive. I was harsh and I was callous and I was aggressive and forceful in ways that were painful for people. Dear Lord, I'm sure they are not treating Kid and Mac similarly. I bet that because she's a woman, they're gonna go way easier. They have gone way easier on her. But while Mac said in one episode that she admits she was abusive, that she can't negate the fact that there was a part of her that was altruistic and was desperate to help people. Oh my God, stop. Stop lying. Nah, she's saying, yeah, I was very forceful, I was hurting people, I was getting off of it. But deep down, I was desperate to not hurt these people. What a load of you-know-what. She added that she wanted to be better, and I was willing to do anything to be a better person and to help other people to be better. These celebrities, I swear, they do the most vile things, and they're out here talking like they've hurt an ant or something. Mack also describes her sentencing hearing in Brooklyn Federal Court, where her family sat inside the courtroom as prosecutors described their crimes. At sentencing, prosecutors said that the actress deserved less prison time for her cooperation in the case against Rainier, who is serving a 120-year prison sentence on a slew of charges, including SES trafficking and racketeering. So, just because she helped after they got caught, is going to be in prison for the rest of his life, which is deserved. I don't know. What do you think? She said in front of these podcast episodes, "Oh my God, my poor brother behind me, having to hear this about his sister. My poor mom. I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't see myself as innocent." And they were. It is really undescribable how arrogant and unhuman she is. Now she's wanting all the attention, like, oh, I felt so bad that my family had to hear all these awful, awful things that I had done to people. How bad for them, huh? Maybe you shouldn't have done that so they wouldn't have to hear it. Since her release in 2023, Mack has gotten remarried and is pursuing a master's degree in social work. Give me a break. In one episode, host Natalie Robimet explains that while Mack has had countless opportunities to tell her story, she has turned them all down. What a hero. She said Allison Mack has not spoken publicly since her incarceration. She's had lots of offers, but always said no until now. Because it was never good for her. That's what her lawyers told her. But now that's behind her, it is good for her to talk about it again. Don't make it sound like she's becoming a hero. After almost getting away. Not almost, she got away with horrible crimes. This other self-obsessed woman, what was her name? I don't know, Natalie something. She said that Allison now wants to tell her story in podcast form because she loves podcasts and because she loves money and fame and being the center of attention. No. She didn't say that last part, I added it. She said, and because she's no longer comfortable in front of cameras like she used to be. No, I don't think anyone wants to see her face anymore. Disgusting human being. Admitting to horrible acts of evil. Somehow getting away with it after serving not enough time. And now, coming back in people's minds and attention and grabbing money by talking about how awful she was. I bet some people are gonna listen and think she's cool. But if the man was released and he made a 100-episode podcast about his crimes, people would lose their marbles as they should. Or maybe shouldn't. I mean, at this point, let's just, what can you do? They have money, they have power, as she says it. And they will just do whatever they want. But what you can do is keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. And don't let these evilness all around you affect your daily life and daily thoughts. We have talked about it. The article is over. And it is time to stop thinking about it. And I this far into the video, you have already fallen asleep, if that's what you wanted. And if you are, I hope you are very lucid and in charge, as you are in your weak life. And you decide that all things that you do and see are all of peace, love, and truth, and nothing of the darkness that exists all around us. I will see you guys very soon, and thank you to all my patrons for all your support. I am very grateful, and check it out if you still have